When The Time Machine premiered in 1960, audiences believed they were watching a thrilling science fiction adventure. What many didn't realize was that the film was quietly delivering a powerful warning about humanity's future, one rooted in fear, class division, and the consequences of unchecked progress. The story began decades earlier with The Time Machine, written by H.G. Wells in 1895. Wells was not simply imagining futuristic gadgets or time travel for entertainment. He was responding to the social inequalities of his own era, the widening gap between the wealthy and the working class during the Industrial Revolution. In Wells's original vision, humanity's future was not advanced or enlightened. Instead, it was divided. That message carried directly into the 1960 film adaptation, produced and directed by George Pal, a filmmaker deeply interested in moral storytelling. Pal saw science fiction as a way to speak about real human problems: war, greed, power, and the cost of ignoring history's lessons. At the center of the film is the time traveler, portrayed by Rod Taylor, a brilliant but restless scientist who builds a machine to explore the future. At first, his invention is fueled by curiosity and hope, but as he travels forward in time, optimism fades into horror. The farther he goes, the more the future reveals itself as a cautionary tale. The film was released at the height of Cold War anxiety. Nuclear weapons, global tension, and the fear of total annihilation hung over the world. Those fears were intentionally woven into the story. The apocalyptic sequences, where cities crumble and civilization collapses, were not abstract science fiction. They reflected real concerns of the 1950s and 1960s, when many believed the world could end at any moment. When the time traveler finally reaches the distant future, he encounters two groups, the Eloi and the Morlocks. The Eloi live above ground, childlike and seemingly peaceful, but lacking knowledge, ambition, or curiosity. Beneath them dwell the Morlocks, creatures shaped by darkness, labor, and resentment. Together, they represent the ultimate outcome of extreme social division. This was not subtle symbolism. The Eloi were what remained of the privileged, softened by comfort and disconnected from struggle. The Morlocks were the descendants of the exploited, driven underground both literally and figuratively. The film suggests that when societies allow inequality to grow unchecked, humanity does not evolve forward. It fractures. What made The Time Machine especially powerful was its refusal to offer easy answers. Even when the time traveler returns to his own time, he cannot forget what he has seen. Knowledge becomes a burden. Progress without wisdom, the film argues, leads only to destruction. The final moments of the movie carry a quiet but profound message. When the time traveler chooses to return to the future, not to escape, but to help rebuild, it becomes clear that the film believes change is still possible, but only if people are willing to learn, remember, and act. The Time Machine was not just a fantasy about time travel. It was a mirror held up to humanity, asking whether we would repeat our mistakes or finally choose a different path. More than 60 years later, its message feels less like fiction and more like prophecy.